Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Katie, and today we are gonna go through my entire bookshelf back here, and I'm gonna show you what books I haven't read yet. So I might go through this video like pretty quickly just because I think there's like a decent amount of books that I haven't read. These are all on my TBR. I will read them eventually, but you know how it goes. Something else comes up and you just want to read something else. So let's get into it. So I'm like a little too tall even for my tripod, so I'm gonna have to stand here and show you the books like this. So buckle in, we're gonna go through this whole bookshelf and I'm kind of excited. If you have read any of the books that I have not read, definitely let me know in the comments below and tell me which one I need to read first out of all of these, because there's quite a few. Let us get started. So I guess this is like kind of a bookshelf tour because I'm just gonna go through my entire thing here. This isn't all my books. This is just some of them. I got, starting over here, I got my Colleen Hoover books. The only book I have not read in this situation is All Your Perfects. It's in the corner behind Groot back here. I haven't read Losing Hope, and I haven't read Slammed. I've read all the other ones. Let's move on. These are some different kinds of books, like a goodbye anxiety book. I got some poetry, The Four Agreements, and like this cute little book. I got my little embroidery I made. And then this is my birthday bear. I haven't read Beach Read, Book Lovers, People Meet on Vacation, and Red, White, and Royal Blue. Have not read these. I started this book and I just like couldn't get through it. I have read these two. Haven't read this. It's on my TBR. Read that. I've read these. I don't think I've read The Goal or The Mistake, so we need to get on that. So we're on the second shelf now, and I'm gonna start over here. The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang, Wrong Bed, Right Guy, Katie Robert, Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. I've read that. I haven't read Electric Idol, just bought that one. Haven't read Flock by Kate Stewart. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Ricochet, this is the second in the Addicted series by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Haven't read it. Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. Then Harrington Schemes 2-book series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. The Invitation by V. Keeland. You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel. And A Small Hole by Susan LaCure. I don't even know what this book is about. It came in like a book box, so it looks like a historical situation. I have no clue, but it's pretty. So we're finally on this third shelf here. I've read most of these. This is my Twilight section. We got Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn, Twilight, Life. This was the Twilight, and then you flip it over and it's Life and Death. Midnight Sun, and I've read The Host. So I've read all of these. And then I have my A Court of Thorns and Roses. I've read the first four. I have not read A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Haven't read it. I also have not read Crescent City. It's very intimidating how large it is. I know it's gonna be so good. I don't know if I could do it, guys. Like, it was hard for me to get through A Court of Thorns and Roses book, so I'm like kind of nervous to try this, but I know it's gonna be so good, man. And then at the corner back here, I have A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabos. Don't know a ton about it, but I have it. And I'm curious about it. I know it's not going to be like, I think it's a YA book and the writing is interesting. You probably can't see that, but we did pretty good with this shelf. This shelf up here, not the best. We're working on this shelf, but this shelf here, classic. We are moving down. I can finally sit on the floor. So I just reorganized this, but this is the fourth shelf. Haven't read Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Haven't read The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I really want to read it because it's going to be right up my alley. Just haven't got to it yet. Haven't read The Rivals by V. Keeland. This is another one. Okay, so most of these books on the shelf came from book boxes, and I don't know anything about them, and they're just sitting on my shelf. I actually have more in my closet that are just not out. Those ones are going to be really difficult for me to read just because I don't know anything about them. And then I have We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Heard mixed reviews about this one. Don't know if I'll ever end up reading it, but if someone wants to borrow it, it's here. And I have these two books by Ellen Hopkins. I'm so upset because my stupid brain years ago sold all my Ellen Hopkins books, and she was like my #1 author for a long, long time. And I'm so disappointed in myself that I sold them all. But I have two. I have Classic Crank. She signed it. She came to my high school one year and we did this like writing class with her. I loved this book. I haven't read it in a long time. If you've never heard of this book, it's written in like a poetry form. I'm like literally gonna have to go online and buy all of her books just because I'm so disappointed in myself. And I also have Traffic, which is the sequel to Tricks. Why did I get rid of the first one? I don't know. Why am I showing you these? I've read them. What am I doing right now? Okay, pretend like that didn't happen. I've read those books. Okay, so these next ones, haven't read literally any of these. The Freshman by Monica Murphy, Changing the Rules by Catherine Bybee, Kissing the Cowboy by Kennedy Fox, Trouble by Tia Louise, For Finlay by Jay Nathan, The Patriot by Jennifer Milken, All the Wrong Choices by C.A. Harms, Rumor Going Around by Samantha Lind, Maybe We Will, Melissa Foster, and My Darling Arrow, Saffron A. Kent. So I have literally zero excuse for me not reading any of the books right here, but they were all book box books. They're all those ones that kind of have that like matte type cover. It's like softer. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but that's what we got going on right here. So they look nice. Okay, let us move to the bottom shelf. Have no clue how I'm going to show you this, but we're going to try. Here we have the 5th and final shelf. Let's see what books I have not read on this. I have not read The Ace and the Assistant by Jiffy Kate. This is another Ellen Hopkins book I did save. I've never read it, but it's Triangles by Ellen Hopkins. I have not read... This is really sad, actually. A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham, The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling, The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. Those are my 3 Book of the Month books that I have not read them. I have tried to read The Love Hypothesis and The Ex-Hex. I didn't like them, to be honest. This one's in 3rd person, and I really have a hard time with 3rd person. I'm pretty sure The Ex-Hex was too. So... they look nice. I have The Whisper Man by Alex North. My friend actually just gave this book to me, as well as this We Were Liars book. She gave me this one too. Don't have any clue what it's about. And then here's some of my like old school YA books. I've read them though. So I've read all of these. My Nicholas Sparks books. I have not read Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper, but I'll probably save that for fall. One of my favorite series right here, Wake, Fade, Gone. I've read Paper Towns. I've read All the Bright Places. I've read this. I've read all of the Hunger Games books. I have not read Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. They Both Die at the End, Silvera. And What If It's Us by Albert Talley and Silvera. Oh, is this written by the same person? And I've read that, but... don't read it. Thanks for coming along on this really random bookshelf tour / what I have not read on my bookshelf. I actually have another bookshelf in the living room, but we'll save that for another day. It's like more, I have some like health books on there and like self-help stuff. I do have like a couple books that could be on this shelf, but you know, we do what we do. Please let me know if any of the books on my shelves are ones that you think I should read next, because I have no clue where to start. I want to read all of them, but at the same time, like I get overwhelmed and then I just don't read any of them and I just read them on my Kindle or audiobooks. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys soon with another book video. Bye!